bad man is gone. The bad man is gone. He could no longer hurt me anymore. Oh, oh, thank God. Ah, it was way too late, but it's over. I can't believe that I actually did it. Is this how you felt when they fired Joe Judge and Pat Shermer and Ben McAdoo?
You know, Joe Judge had a pizza party, and I did too. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna order some Pizza Hut and enjoy the day as well, because this is look. You don't want someone to lose their job.
I mean,
right?
at the end of the day, if you're incompetent in what you do, you're just setting like the person on top of you, setting yourself up for failure. And even when like you're not a fit for a job, no matter what you do. I've had it happen. You've probably had it happen. It's just life in general in regards to how it is. So, and once again, this wasn't Matt Canada's fault. He wasn't the one who forced himself to a job. This was on Tomlin because they kept him in the position for way too long.
Mm-hmm. Look what Baltimore did. Baltimore recognized they had a problem with Greg Roman, right? And they were like, okay. And they're a Super Bowl contender this year. The Steelers didn't do so.
Bills with Dorsey. I mean, Dorsey put up good stats, but they didn't produce and they didn't win. Yeah. So what happens? Fired.
And then Canada,
Steelers, it was too late.
It was such a mystery why he came back, why Tomlin wanted him back. I guess Tomlin wanted stability. He wanted to be able to trust somebody. But
it was also because the Steelers rattled off a winning streak, but they thought the offense was gaining progress. But if you actually look at a lot of the games, they were all fourth quarter comebacks, and Pickett had taken control of the offense and did his own audibles. So it was in spite of Canada, not because of it. That was the huge issue I had.
That's probably an issue where, Canada just really didn't trust Pickett, or when he did and it didn't work out, he would take that trust away and it would just end up backfiring on him. There's a lot of blame that can go around. Yes. However, the thing with Canada was, and you summed it up really well in your tweet, it was like jet sweeps.
Jet sweeps, free snap motion. Like, this is stuff that I'm looking at. It's like, this is the shit that we ran in middle school. Quick passes to the outside, screens, halfback power on occasion, and jet sweeps. Like, that's not a pro offense. Nobody's going to get fooled by that. And the endless pre-snap motion, they weren't even getting fooled by it. The defense wasn't moving. So they read up to it on a tee. And the actual scheming was shit. Because you'd have you'd have run and then a jet sweep that failed. And then third down, you have to pass. And it'd either be a short pass, just not even hitting the sticks, or it'd be a long pass of like 10 to 15 yards incomplete. And then you'd have to punt. And that was the issue for the Steelers all season long.
The OC's job, obviously, he calls the plays, right?
He schemes the first 40, 50, 60 plays. Or the first few drives.
Right. He designs all the plays, or he pulls them out of his repertoire. And, all of them know what a different offense is. They wouldn't be in the position they are if they weren't knowledgeable. And then, so that's his job. And then the players have to execute. However, to me, an OC's job really where they really show their value is the adjustments, is to recognize, to prepare a team to see, all right, they run a 4-3, they run a 3-4, they like to do man coverage. Let's set up plays that can beat man coverage. And to me, Canada wasn't doing that. Now, again, the players have to execute, but you got to put your players in a position to execute. And it was really ugly all year.
Oh, no.
I mean, and that Browns game really was just the last.
It was a broken offense. And even looking at red zone, it's like, Jesus, this team is bad. One of the things that was damning in the Texans game, Matt Canada had allegedly said this team wasn't built to come back from deficits, which is incredibly damning. If you're an offense, you should have full confidence in your team to come back from a double digit or sometimes, multi-score lead. You can't be to the point where it's like, oh, you're down by 10, game's pretty much over. It can't be that, because what what medal are you if you don't have an offense that can even try to come back from that? Why are you so predictable that your receivers can't gain separation, your quarterback can't throw accurately, or you're trying to run the ball with Najee Harris 3 yards up the gut when Jaylen Warren is the most talented player on the offense, and you're not actually using him more often than Najee because of pride? That's the problem I have. And even with Cleveland, like Najee had 12 carries and Jaylen Warren had 9. And Jaylen Warren had the big plays. He was the one that was generating. He has more burst. He has better hole vision. He has better speed. He is the better running back than Najee Harris. And I'm not saying this because I have a vendetta against the 2021 draft. This is just straight up eye test. Like, I don't need to have advanced.
How much do you think Tomlin? How much do you think Tomlin has to deal with personnel like that? He's like, yo, you got to give Najee the ball.
I don't know. I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know where Tomlin starts, Khan ends. I hated the 2021 draft from the word go because they should have went O-line heavy, and they went with Najee Harris, who has been even worse than I imagined.
Yeah,
he's okay, but he's like, once again, he's not like a bell cow running back as they expected. Freiermuth's good, but Creed Humphrey or Quinn Meinerz were the pick, and Humphrey has issues with concussions. And then they went arrogant and thought that Kendrick Green and Dan Moore were going to be the answer, 2 rookies, and they've been flops for the most part. Dan Moore's at least on the team, but Kendrick Green was traded for a 7th-round pick.
All right, let's read some super chats before we get let's put it to bed. The Steelers are Matt Canada is dead.
Yeah, and we will raise the Super Bowl. Well, I mean, he's having a pizza party right now.
Yes,
we'll go to the Super Bowl.
Listen, he's probably getting bought out. He probably had a contract, 2-year. He
had a 1-year deal. This was his last year, so he's just getting paid.
Yep, and then he could even go to a college or something and be if he could go to Iowa and run. That's the
problem. Like, he was spotty in college. North Carolina State, he sucked.
He kept failing.
Hit 1 year under Peterman, was good. 1 year at LSU, he was awful. And then under Maryland, he was.
But he's got NFL experience. He's going to be able to bring that NFL. Like, just having coached in the NFL, you can be like, all right, this is how a professional does work. He also probably knows how to interview as well. So he's gonna be just fine.
He wasn't good. Just saying, it was bad.
Red Round get a job. I don't feel sorry for this.
He'll get a job. It's not like he's Adam Gase. He's gonna be out of his ass. The Vegas GP has been a disaster. From using walls to prevent poor people to watch it for free, to paying fans out of FP2. At least the race is one of the best this season, so worth pissing off fans and locals, I guess. Not just that, they had to cancel a practice because one of the manholes was up and the concrete around it collapsed. And it just became gimmicky, and a bunch of the drivers were like, what the fuck is this?
Manhole is a very funny word. We just say it and we don't even think about how hilarious it is. But keep going.
Yep. Instinctive 30. Now that Matt Canada has been fired, we need to embrace the Steelers go Super Bowl. Also, is 5 Tommy DeVito. Is he the next Eli Manning?
Tommy DeVito. Tommy DeVito literally got sacked 15 times in one game. And
9 times. He got sacked 9 times, and you still won by double digits.
Still won by double digits because the Commanders are command ass. That's what they are. Commander.
Yeah. They're like China during the Great Leap Forward. That's the kind of commies they are. Justin Ziegler, congratulations, Giants. By winning on Sunday, you have endangered your tank job, and with it, a chance for New England to tank harder if you beat them this Sunday. At least Judge could tank. You miss him? Do you still? I have to ask the question, and I know this is one you don't want to hear all the time, but all I'm going to say, do you miss him yet? Do you miss him, 5?
I miss him a little just because he knew how to tank. Like, he was a tank master. Like, the dude knew. Like, come on, you got to give him credit. Running a sneak on your own fucking 3-yard line. Like, that's artistry right there, right? Like, that is Doug Peterson level. Like, I am just giving up. I'm just giving up. All right, I got a funny joke about that. All right, this guy's fighting. It's a naval battle, and he's the captain, and he gets shot, and he has the red shirt, or he's wearing a red shirt. It's because he was wounded, and he inspired his men to fight because he was wounded and his shirt had turned red from his own blood, and his men were like, yes, because your shirt turned red, we will stand and fight for you. And then the next day they get surrounded by like 86 ships, and he tells his first mate, he's like, bring me my brown pants, please. All right, let's set up the tier maker. You read some
more. Christopher Stostad, Pittsburgh hasn't been this happy since Batman saved it from Bane. And not just that, I mean, there were times where we were wishing that Bane would blow up the field just so we wouldn't have to see a Matt Canada offense. Like it was that bad. And rep Steelers don't fire coaches. Here's a fun fact for you. First time the Steelers have fired a coach or coordinator since 2004, January 2004, Tim Lewis. And the first time since 1941 that they've made a midseason coaching change. So this was week 2. Burt Bell resigned. The Burt Bell that became the commissioner of the NFL. That was September 29th, 1941. Japan was still in the planning phases of Pearl Harbor the last time the Steelers fired a coach midseason. That is all you need to know.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt Canada was a bigger disaster than Pearl Harbor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Canada in general is a disaster right now if you're looking at their housing rates and inflation.
God, what was going on in 1941? The Holocaust.
Yeah,
great time in the world history, 1941. Japan invading their neighbors, the Holocaust. Mussolini
World War II is raving on. North Africa campaign.
Pearl Harbor.
Mussolini's being a lolcow trying to invade Ethiopia and failing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
what a great time in the world history. Wasn't even an Olympics. All right, Super Bowl tier division. You keep reading.
And Justin Ziegler, after the game yesterday, 3-5. So there's only one explanation. The Eagles have embraced Steeler football. Also, Canada and Zach Wilson, lolcow. I mean, it's like the Chiefs can't catch anything. Like, I mean, honestly, I should just tell them to go get COVID. They couldn't catch it. It's like, oh, there's MVSD. Oh, no, I dropped the ball. It was like right in your breadbasket, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, that was bad. The thing is about that throw, though, like, it was overthrown like a tiny
slight. It wasn't a Daniel Jones slide overthrow. It was just
hear me out. When you're straight vertical like this and the ball is coming over you, right? Like you want it's got to be here, right in front, vertically in front of you, so that you can bring it in. That ball was slightly off to the side, and I guess MVS is right-handed, so he had to kind of turn like this, and he kind of turned awkwardly. So it wasn't an easy catch by any means. It's a catch that an NFL receiver should make. It's a catch that a Randy Moss or a Calvin Johnson is going to make, because their hands are so big that they're able to turn. Like MVS is a little undersized too, so it was not easy for him to twist his body in there. Like for him, that ball needed to be just a little bit over here so that he could get both hands under it. But it was like that if you look at the play. So
yeah, but even then,
it was a tough play. But it's something that's got to be done too. Like he's got to make that play.
And it wasn't the only one. Justin Watson missed a few big passes, especially on 4th down, a couple 3rd downs. Dude, Kelsey was dropping a few passes too.
Yeah, Kelsey, how much you can save by dropping this pass. All right, viewer newest with a hundo. Let's hit
buddy.
The Jeebus bomb.
We're going to bring out the Jeebus for the No More Matt Canada. Praise the Jeebus. We're talking about going over the couch, dude. That's I don't know if that's proper, but I'm desecrating God himself, so I will praise the Jeebus for much relief. The bullshit is real. The Steelers front office finally did something. The Pittsburgh Steelers and go 9-8 and then go Super Bowl. Yes.
Can I get a woo? Can I get a tree woo? No.
It's not a. Is it woo? Is that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Is that? Maybe.
All right. Where were we on the Snoops?
Well, we are on Ghost Dog 814. There's 4 guarantees in life: life, death, taxes, and New York beating Washington for some reason.
So I'm gonna do a video someday. So what happened? Like the Commanders in the last 5 years, they have the weirdest stat. They have given up more TDs with no time remaining than any other team. Like they have had a turnover or an interception with 0 seconds on the clock or in the last 30 seconds of a game that ultimately either ended the game or like it's outrageous.
Yep.
Stat.
Happened a
I
couple
have to
times.
go look for
Seattle
it.
last year, Denver.
Mhm.
It happened.
The Giants have done
was
it
last
3
minute.
or 4 times, yeah, where there was 0 time remaining on the clock too. Like that's ridiculous to give up a score with no time on the clock. Like that's a odd occurrence, and the Commanders have done it like 6 or 7 times. It's crazy.
Mhm.
And yes, Black Yoshi, the water heaters there was no hot water in the shower.
Mm-hmm. And that's why they couldn't even shower off the bullshit. And David Benjamin, with Canada finally fired, Yinzermo Tree, not yet.
Mm-hmm. All right, we've got the tiers. Let's start tiering them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the Ravens beat the Bengals.
Bengals.
Joe Burrow's hand fell off. Like it literally just he wasn't on the injury report. A lot of controversy. Bengals are cooked. Football.
Yeah, they are football hell. They needed Joe Burrow. Jake Browning is your new starting quarterback. You're going to need that defense to bail you out. And it's been a rough year for the Bengals because of, Joe Burrow's injury early on. It showed them how flawed they are, especially on offense. Yeah. And now, how long can Mixon carry the rock? How long can Jamar Chase do it? This might be the last year of T. Higgins in Cincinnati. He might be gone. So it's very tough sledding for Cincinnati moving forward. And then you do play the Steelers, though, so there's still a chance. But Baltimore.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, but Baltimore, for example, like are they good, or are they just going to stay inconsistent? Because there are times where you want to put them in Super Bowl, but there's like a game or two where they just like fall flat, and I'm not comfortable putting them in Super Bowl yet. So I would say
you only want to go division. I would say
because
Super
once
Bowl,
again,
like
they choked against Cleveland.
Yeah, but who's the AFC? Who's getting out of the AFC? Is it because like the Chiefs, like they can't even beat the Eagles? Like.
Well, the Chiefs don't have receiving hands, and if they can get the receiving hands, they hit a Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know if anyone can hit the Super Bowl. I just don't trust the Ravens because
somebody's got to go. It was like that year. Remember when
it's going to be Giants. The Steelers. The bullshit's real. This is how the script works, baby. We're going to bullshit our way to a Super Bowl, and it's going to be the worst thing you've ever seen.
I would put even money on the Browns getting to the Super Bowl before the fucking Steelers do. Okay.
And the sad part is that the Browns are imitating the Steelers, so it's very possible.
It's a good bet. It's a better bet. All right, chat. Who you taking? The Who's more likely to get to the Super Bowl? I'm not saying either of these teams will go. I'm saying the Browns or the Steelers. Browns or the Steelers? Who is more likely to get to the Super Bowl? Well, speaking of that, that's the next game. Where do we tier these teams?
Yeah.
Are they both wild card teams, the Steelers and the Browns? Oh, he's putting up a poll.
Yeah, I meant to do a Q&A. I meant to do a poll.
He's doing. That's what we do as YouTubers. We wear a lot of hats, and we have to manage our own streams. We don't have a production team. We don't. Well,
I wish we had a production team, but
yeah, no. A lot of people are saying the Browns. A lot of people are saying the Steelers. All right, polls going up.
Well,
there it is. All right,
for the Steelers, you hate America. That's all.
Vote it. Let's go. All right, Browns at 62% and it's the clubhouse leader here. So it's normalizing 55%, 57. All right, it's remarkably more Browns right now after 123 votes.
You all can suck my dick. You all can suck my dick. How's that?
The Browns are literally starting Dorian Thompson-Robinson, a guy they signed off the street when they had Josh Dobbs on the roster.
Well, they didn't have. They drafted him in the 5th round, but close.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, DTR. He's not Deshaun Watts team. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Where do we put the Steelers? Where do we put them?
Well, the Steelers, they are, unfortunately, they're 7th seed. They're still in wild card somehow. I don't know how, but we're still in the wild card.
I'd say the Browns are a solid wild card team.
They're the top wild card right now. They're 7-3.
Listen, this team is going to the playoffs. All right, and then last game before we get to some more snoops, Raiders Dolphins.
Raiders fought hard, but the Dolphins' offense was surprisingly sloppy in this game. A lot of unnecessary turnovers, careless errors. But the Dolphins' defense actually stepped up, which is crazy to believe, to think that the Dolphins' defense would turn the tide for once.
So Raiders football.
They're football hell. They're football hell because they're 500. They are the football hell.
They could sneak into the playoffs.
And the Dolphins are division. As weird as it sounds.
Yeah.
They're division.
They're not a Super Bowl team yet. No.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Continue to read.
Christopher Bowden. Hey, guys, again, go Chiefs. Did you see the pic of MVS with the ball on his fingertips? If you showed anyone that pic and they didn't see the game, they'd say, nice catch. We need a number one receiver.
You
haven't had one since Tyreek, and then you had to get rid of him.
Tyreek, yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't afford to pay him. Yeah. And then you brought in MVS as the substitute. You
MVS
still won a Super Bowl without him. You won a Super Bowl without Tyreek.
Yeah. And the thing is, they can still make another Super Bowl. It's just how long can the receivers hold up? Maybe they can get Juju back. He's not doing well in New England. David Lim, the bad man is gone. He's gone. The Steelers got Super Bowl. Matt Canada's been sent to Matt Somalia.
Who's the interim now?
The interim coach is Eddie Faulkner is the interim offensive coordinator. Mike Sullivan is the interim play caller.
So that's the new guy you're going to hate.
Yeah, promotion from within, so we'll see. I mean, this is temporary, so they'll probably pick a new one in the offseason. Marco Monroe, sup, guys? Congrats, Tree, and I've got an opinion for you. Worst move the Bengals have made over the past few years was taking Chase over Sewell. I don't know about that. I mean, the problem is they have had trouble with their O-line, but at the same time, like, Jamar Chase has been a game changer for him. So,
yeah, Penis Sewell.
I would say the biggest issue was probably like some of the offensive line moves they made. Lyle Collins flopped out, even though he was the right move at the right time. I would say, I mean, Orlando Brown Jr. is not really a left tackle. So, I mean, that could be an issue as well.
The thing with Burrow is, like, for as great as he's been sacked, 2 million times?
Yeah, he's actually been sacked more than Andrew Luck, apparently.
Yeah, he's masked a lot of the sackings because, like, when he does have time, he makes the right read. But, like, imagine if he played behind, say, the Cowboys' offensive line. How good.
Oh, yeah, he would be an all-pro.
Yeah. All right.
Christopher Brickner, you're Matt Canada. You need a field goal to win. Do you, A, trust Jaylen Warren, B, trust Jaylen Warren, C, trust Jaylen Warren, or D, win it the Canadian way? Warren got you the most of your yards and points. Use him. Yep. First one was a drop by Deontay Johnson. Second one was a deep miscommunication where it's like, who the fuck was he throwing it to? Third one was like an outside end route to Deontay, and it was contested and deflected. And that's how you go 3 and out. You don't even burn clock. So my question is, why are you going into prevent against Dorian Thompson-Robinson when going man pretty much stuffed them the whole time? I don't understand it.
Peridot.
Yep, I may be a Browns fan, but I'm so happy he's gone, dude. I think we all are. And Dodger of Zion, the Gamecocks got a victory on the beats of Darude's live Carolina Sandstorm. And how the fuck did the Eagles win last night? Cluck Femson.
Yeah, Femson beat North Kakalaka.
Yep, Sam Howell had to wear a Clemson hoodie for that.
Sam Howell got howled the fuck out. His anus got hollowed out.
Oh, yeah. Crew Kid 52, the Giants may suck. At least we're still better than the commies. Capiche, capiche. And David G., I'm proud to announce that accord to Mark that Shohei is a loser that shouldn't get paid since he has no dog. Glad we decide talent is based on wins. Yep. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Mark, but that dude, he does not have good takes with football. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, Mark Giraffe?
Yeah. He was going some stuff about Justin Herbert. It's like, dude.
Yeah. I think he was joking. But
yeah,
like,
I know.
he's
The second
also-
time, first time was serious. Second time, he was doing it for the engagement.
Yeah,
And I said, like,
He's
yeah,
also-
it was bait. That was bait.
Yeah, he's also somehow weirdly a Commanders fan, even though he grew up in New Jersey and he's a Mets fan. It's weird, and like you can't trust a guy that doesn't, that is a Commanders fan for no reason, right?
Yeah, you don't
Like,
trust
who
anyone who willingly
volunteers?
grew up a Redskins fan under Dan Snyder.
Yeah. I don't know. I love you, Mark. I love you, buddy.
We need to have an intervention.
We've battled so hard. It's been so much fun on the field with you, Mark. But yeah, I cannot support your Commander fandom.
I can't support your takes.
All right.
AAA, when Rex Ryan calls you out on how bad of a coach you are, it's time to boogie. Herbert deserves a real coach, not back-to-back bad decision makers. Remember, he's out bitching, snapping at reporters like, I'm going to be calling the defense, so you don't have to answer that question. It's like, dude, you're unraveling. Like, you're a hack. Get the fuck out. Like, it's bad now, man.
Get the fuck out.
It'd be nice if these receivers could catch. I mean, they pissed away what? 4 points on the Keenan Allen drop, 4 points on the 4th down drop, another like 3 points on like the Keenan Allen drop there. So that's 11 right there. The fumble by Austin Eckler, that's another 7. Like San Diego, or sorry, the Chargers should have won this game easily.
Yeah.
But it's that was Chargers.
That was
and then the drop by Quentin Johnson, that's 20 points. Over 20 points.
That's one where if you bet on the Chargers and they lose that way, you're just like, they're the better team. They outplayed them. They just fucking sucked.
Yep. So which Week 12 game is a true tank bowl? Pats Giants or Panthers Titans? Pats Giants. Easily.
Pats Giants is gonna be
that is for potential number 1 pick.
Brutal. Bailey Zappi versus Tommy DeVito. Is that a fucking tank matchup?
It might not even be Bailey Zappi. It might be Malik Cunningham.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying that's like that's like Jake Fromm versus who were the Commanders carting out in the Carson Wentz era, John Beck or something like that. Like, that's so bad. That is such a bad matchup of tank Commanders. Tommy DeVito versus who? Malik Cunningham.
Yeah, that's like John Skelton versus who else? Brody Croyle.
Like Ryan Lindley versus Matt Leinart or some shit.
Yeah. Zach Wilson versus Mac Jones.
Zach Wilson versus anyone. That guy is not an NFL quarterback. All right, the Bears. Hold on. Okay, let's
Kenny Vasquez with Matt Canada gone. Thoughts on Kenny Pickett still being the guy? You need to figure out what he is, because you don't know if this is him or this is Canada or this is both. And this is going to be very tough.
He's the guy. Okay, you got to stick with Pickett. Pickett has shown you that
you're not going to bench him like for the year. I'm talking about the offseason, like if things go south.
I'm just saying, like, you gotta be all in with Pickett. The kid can play. Like, give him if they make the playoffs, for sure.
Oh yeah, right? He'll be in. If they make the playoffs and it shows like, oh, he has a couple 200, 300-yard passing games, multiple touchdowns, and you realize, okay, it was Matt Canada that was at fault.
Matt Canada. All right, Bears and the Lions. This is probably the funniest game for the entire weekend. The Bears were up big. Lions fans were putting their heads in gas ovens, saying, "We deserve this."
They were bad. They deserved to lose that game hardcore. They didn't show up for 57 minutes.
Yeah, there was a lot of Lions fan moaning like, "Oh, this is what the team is." That we needed this loss to reset ourselves, and then
the Bears
halfway through the fourth quarter, it was like, "Oh, the Lions scored. Oh, the Lions scored again. Oh,
Justin Fields slightly overthrew his receiver. Oh, great.
Yep. Right, and then another 3 and out, and then all of a sudden the Lions are winning, and then all of a sudden, and all the Lions fans that had their head in the oven, like, just turned around and put a turkey in the oven. They're like, "Oh, preheated, let's fucking go!" Like, and then they got on Twitter and started talking shit about the fucking shitty ass fucking Bears, which everyone dunked on.
Oh, everyone dunks on the Bears. Everyone's been dunking on the Bears all year. Their fans talked all this shit early on, and now they're just trying to like pick at straws. Like, oh, Fields didn't suck completely, even though the Lions secondary is garbage and they can't tackle anyone.
So Eberflus is gone, right?
He has to be. I mean, he's completely out of his element. They have to get rid of him.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up, Eberflus. You're out of your element. All right, so the
But
Bears
the culture is
are
damn good, didn't you know? The Bears are tanking.
Yeah, they're gonna
even if they
probably
aren't Panthers, are gonna.
yeah. And then the Lions, are they back to division?
Their division.
They've
They've been division.
Super Bowl yet. Oh, you know what? For them to win and beat a division rival playing like shit, like you got to give them a little credit.
I still say division. I mean, they are 8-2 for the first time since JFK was president.
They're gonna win on Thanksgiving too. They're gonna.
You never know.
How many years has it been? How many years have they lost on Thanksgiving? How many consecutive?
Let me look that up.
All right, I'll do the next one. Titans, Jaguars. Jaguars are division, and the Titans, are they tanking now? Are the Titans headed to the
Titans? They're tanking. Last game they won was 2016, a 16-13 win over the Vikings. So in the sports ball era, they have lost every single Thanksgiving game. They actually had a 4-game winning streak at one point from 13-16. And before that, they had lost all but one game from 2001 to 2012.
I mean, the joke was, right? It's like Thanksgiving turkey and then watching the Lions get their asses kicked, right?
It's the Family Guy joke. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be losing a football game or something?
And then Chargers and Packers. The Packers pull off what many would say was an upset. You know,
Chargers are football hell epitomized. Like I'm about to call them Panther trash, but they are football hell.
How long does Staley keep his job? Maybe
probably till the end of the season. And I mean, he should have been fired in his ass after the choke in the playoffs. But
like, where are they standing wise? They're
4-6.
Like, come on, if he loses another game, like he's got to be done, right? They are playing the Ravens next. Yeah.
They're done.
He's
Raven.
Done.
Well, you do have the Patriots. But you do have the Broncos, the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Broncos. So your easiest opponents are the Patriots and Raiders, and the Raiders aren't exactly slouches without McDaniels. They nearly beat him last time.
I think the guys lost the locker room. Like when you start to get maligned by the fan base and then by the media, like that permeates into the players. Like they know these players aren't stupid. They don't operate in a vacuum. They get on socials. They want to win. Yeah, they have time. Like it's like what Uche said. It's like you have a lot of free time as a player, right? And yeah, a lot of players don't get on social, but I'm sure they're all on their phones. Like they're on their phones, on Instagram trying to fuck bitches. Like, of course you're gonna see, oh shit, people don't be liking this dude Staley. Like you're gonna be in tune to that. It's not like how it was years ago where you had to like get a newspaper and read it. It's right there on your phone. Yeah, or listen. All that information is right there on your phone, and every fucking player has a phone. So they're not stupid. The fucking players know when a coach is disliked by the media and the fans.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them interact with fans. So if you know that, like, if you're seeing all your ads are fire Canada and you're fucking Kenny Pickett, you're just like, oh, I got to go do my job now. But you know in the back of your head that your coach is not perceived well by the public. Anyways, start reading some soups.
Yeah, buddy. Hold on. I got an inch on DM. Surprised how non-crushed by the Broncos loss I am. All we can do is learn from it and move on, really. I am, however, still mad at Kareem Jackson. Vikings just ran out of magic. Like, the Broncos shouldn't have won that game. They just Vikings had 3 turnovers. That was the problem. Mm-hmm. They should have won, but unfortunately, Broncos fans, it's just endless opium for them. And it's
endless
just like,
opium and copium and dopium and smokium.
Jared Oberfeld, what do you mean the Steelers fired a coach? Is this going to mean that we get a Days of Our Steelers? Please do a tree. Nah, I mean, if it's like a big game against Cincinnati, maybe. But as I said, if they kept them for a bit, they would have it would have gotten one.
I thought that you were going to do a congrats Steelers for Matt Canada getting fired. I was very surprised that you didn't just wake up and throw one out. But
I had to work on sports ball. That was the problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Christopher Brickner, Pickens wants out. Najee empties team dirt. Deontay carried by a rookie after yelling at a coach. Player insults Canada. Canada fired. What is this? the 5th anniversary special of Days of Our Steelers. I mean, yeah, as I said, the team was unraveling. Like, they had to fire him. Connor Sullivan, keep him out of UConn for fuck's sake if we suck again. And Michael Cuomo, Mike Sullivan is way more of a great OC replacement. As a Giants fan, I know how well he is. Is he really? How is Mike Sullivan?
The ex-head coach of the Rangers?
No, not that one.
I don't know. I don't know Mike Sullivan as a coach. I don't even remember him. I can't even. Was he O coordinator? I don't even remember Mike Sullivan. He was there so shortly. Yeah, I don't
see. Mike Sullivan was the O coordinator under Ben McAdoo in 16 and 17.
See, the thing was, McAdoo was kind of the play caller, anyways. Yeah, that's right. McAdoo. So they had one good year when they made the playoffs, and then McAdoo was fired after a year after that. So they made the playoffs McAdoo's first year when they had Odell, and they had the New York pass defense, and they were a pretty good unit. And Eli, that was like his last effective year, and then the next year they were like 4-12, and then McAdoo went back to teaching gym at a high school in Piscataway.
Indeed. And Rhaegar88 still is going to hire Pat Shurmur. No. He's already he's at Colorado, so no luck. David R. Well, I missed the show kicking off due to dropping the ball, much like the Chiefs receivers last week.
Wow. Yeah.
Christopher Brickner, I think there's enough Steelers drama for a Days of Our Steelers episode. Do you agree? I mean, the team was close to revolting over Matt Canada.
Yeah, but that was averted. Crisis.
Yeah, I mean,
averted.
as I said, if he had stayed, then there would have been a Days of Our Steelers episode. Ooh, Nathaniel Levesque, thoughts on the Milan Lucic situation?
Have you seen a hockey? Yeah, go ahead.
Domestic violence issue, and he's taking a permanent leave of absence, I think.
I'm not saying it's okay, but have you seen a hockey player drink? Like,
I mean, they're hardcore.
Yeah, those dudes can drink and they get drunk and they do dumb shit. This is not excusable, but like, I'm never surprised when a hockey player or an athlete in general is caught in some kind of domestic dispute, because those guys don't really, many of them don't have limits. Like, they just get drunk as fuck and then they beat the crap out of their wives. This inexcusable. Like, you should never lay hands on a woman, but I'm just never surprised. Even like a character guy like Lucic, you know. Like,
yeah, I mean, not even that. I mean, like, look at some of the notorious partiers, Jeff Carter and Mike Richards back in Philly, hardcore partiers.
Dustin
80s
Brown.
Oilers were known for winning and partying.
Michael Delzato, like, come on, like, yeah, dude.
Tyler
Jeff
Kennedy
Carter
was a hardcore partier.
Jeff Carter was into some shit. He was
hardcore shit
out of his mind. Him and who got caught snorting?
Him and Mike Richards.
Richards was on tape just fucking laying down bumps. All right, read one more.
Ghost Dog. Hot take, give Mahomes the Giants' entire wide receiver core and he wins last night's game. Even with how bad Darius Slayton is.
And Jalen Hyatt. Here's the one thing that I figured out. Like, top end speed for a wide receiver is really just not important. I mean, it is ultimately, yes, you want a guy that can be able to break away, but look at what Odell Beckham is still doing. The guy gets open. That's it's agility. It's not like DK Metcalf. Great. He can run in a straight line, like, really fast, but he doesn't really get like open or separation or have moves that guys bite on. Like, that's so important. You don't have to be super fast to be a great wide receiver, but that's what Jalen Hyatt is. He just runs in a straight line. It's, you know, these scouts and these coordinators fall in love with size and speed when they're not getting open, when you could have a Hunter Renfrow or something, guy that can make a guy miss, you know. Anyways,
Schroeder, in the spirit of Canada's gone, have one job: tank Asin Mibek. Take and make the worst coaching staff possible to do it. Ooh. I mean,
Chargers, Packers.
Yep. I mean, we've done that one. We did that.
Oh, we did.
Earlier.
Sorry.
We've done both in Football Hell.
Oh, yeah. All right, so the Texans, CJ Stroud had a monster game. Are they're a wild card?
He had a rough game actually, 3 interceptions, but like the Houston Texans defense actually did well. They managed to cap off Kyler Murray, didn't make him do that much, and it was a well schemed game. And the Texans are wild card. They are wild card.
Yeah.
And Arizona stank bowl.
Arizona,
they tried hard, but once again, it's just they don't have much talent.
But can I get round ball rock? Can we?
Yeah, I will get round ball rock. Do we have the money for it? I don't know. Do we? I don't know.
The only thing that gives us life is super chats.
Okay, you are pathetic, man. I mean, what gives me life is also hardcore drinking. That gives me life too.
Right. Cowboys, Panthers, since we're playing the Tank Bowl. We got 3 consecutive Tank Bowls here. Cowboys are a division.
They're not division because Eagles.
Oh, yeah. Cowboys are squarely wild card.
They're like the best wild card team out there, which is strange.
They're a dangerous wild card team. Panthers are Panther trash. They don't even
because
have
they don't have
their
pick.
Yeah.
Like they were in a silent count because the Cowboys fans were threatening to dominate their stadium. Frank Reich has retaken play calling, and it's not doing a damn thing. It's a straight up disaster. Bryce Young just looks destroyed. It's year one Trevor Lawrence. That's what this is. Like they're gonna have to fire Fitterer and Reich.
Mm-hmm. And then Giants Commanders. Giants ruined their tank by winning. They do this every year. That's what cost them Chase Young when they won the last game of the season. They ended up drafting who'd they draft that year? The 2021 NFL draft.
That was Kadarius Toney.
No, when the Chase Young. No, that was the next.
No,
year.
that was 2020.
When was Chase Young drafted?
Chase Young was 2020.
I'm trying to remember. The Giants drafted right after him.
Andrew Thomas.
Yes, okay. So it wasn't that bad, but we did get Andrew Thomas. Okay,
I remember you bitched about it all the time. You didn't know who Isaiah Simmons was, and technically you didn't need to because he flopped in Arizona, and now he's a Giant. He got a pick 6.
He did.
Ryan Irwin, Tree, what theme will you use when it's time for NFL teams to be eliminated and sent to the playoffs? You used Oregon Trail last year, and why are the football gods angry at the NFL? I got to figure that out still.
Yeah, that's right.
I got to figure out the eliminations.
That's going to start happening soon.
Very soon. I know Arizona's already knocked out of a division race.
Well, you always come up with something clever, you know. Yep. What's been on? What's been trending lately?
No scenarios. A couple of people being taken out of division contention. No playoff eliminations just yet.
All right. And read Dan Young.
Yep. As an Eagles fan, a win is a win, plain and simple. Would you two please make Scooter talk about it on Thursday? No, he's saying they're the biggest 9-1 frauds in the NFL. Which is like,
he just sticks to his guns. He just.
Yeah. Scorch 62. You know, for a 30, I'll bring out the Jeebus.
Yeah. All right.
Hallelujah.
I'm not jumping over the couch for 30, you know.
Whatever. I mean,
50 or above.
You're greedy. You're greedy. From a Packers fan, congrats, Tree, on Canada being fired. Fuck yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yep.
Let's go Super Bowl.
All right, some more games. Buccaneers, 49ers. Niners, are they back to Super Bowl contention?
Yeah, they're back. Like, they crushed Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay just had nothing for them. They were just outclassed in terms of team. Tampa, straight in football hell.
Straight into hell with you. Straight to football hell. Who is going to win that shitty fucking division?
I hope it's Atlanta for the lulz, but it's just probably going to be New Orleans or Tampa Bay. Like, New Orleans sucks.
Oh, God.
And the problem is, it's just like Atlanta should be winning it, but Arthur Smith is a moron, and Tampa Bay Todd Bowles is just there, and they just don't have much talent.
Remember when the Giants almost won the division at 6-10?
Yeah, and once again, everyone bitched about it, but it's like, dude, it's like you fucking sucked. I'm not having sympathy for a 6-10 team.
Yeah. What else we got here? Jets and the Bills. The Bills absolutely crushed the Jets. Bills have a tough schedule coming up. They are actually in
they're wild
football
card.
hell. Oh, they're wild card?
Well, yeah, I think they're
For now.
sneaking wild card. Yeah.
For now.
They're close.
But
I
they
mean,
have
but
the Chiefs coming up. They
Mhm.
have the
Bills could beat the Chiefs with how bad the receiving core is.
They have the Eagles next, the Chiefs,
Oh.
the Cowboys, Chargers, and Dolphins still left. Brutal remaining schedule.
Yeah, I mean, they needed the Jets win, but Zach Wilson's just fucking ass. And I think we may have seen the last of him in the Jets uniform.
Yeah.
When you get
They're just
benched
trash.
for Tim Boyle,
Mhm.
that is a huge fucking problem. Like, you're done. This is
All he
Dwayne
can-
Haskins getting benched for Taylor Heineke bad. Might be worse.
All he can do is run. Like, that's the only
even
thing.
that,
He's like
like,
Sam
he-
Darnold. Like,
But Sam Darnold at least showed flashes. Zach Wilson's just garbage.
He's garbage. He is
He got
trash.
barge. He got
Garbage. He's a garbage. All right. Seahawks and Rams. That was an ugly game. More like the Sea Frauds.
Oh no!
They
Oh no! Don't
got-
mention that, or else the fans will go out on you. They'll say you
They'll
haven't
call you-
watched the games. They'll say they'll call you a fat ass, and they'll at you on Twitter and call
Right.
you just every
They'll be
name of
like,
the book.
Fuck you. Yeah,
I mean,
they'll
I'm
be like,
surprised I
"Fuck
didn't
you."
get told to kill myself, but whatever. It's just Seahawks fans. It's just once again, I'm not going to have sympathy for a team that has 13 penalties and 130 yards. I think it was like 15 penalties. The Rams had 100 penalties at 100 penalty yards and got charged for something called illegal demonstration. What the fuck is that? And
What's an
speaking of which,
illegal
that
demonstration?
ticky-tacky, I don't know. And speaking of that pass interference penalty on Tariq Woolen or in the end zone, he was grabbing his jersey before they knocked into Quandre Diggs. Plus, we don't see an angle. Maybe he was grabbing his jersey on the other side. So if we want to be technical, it wasn't ticky-tacky as fuck. But by the rules of the land, when he touched a jersey, do something like that, that's pass interference.
Yep.
I hate that fucking rule too, but unfortunately, there's zero tolerance for that shit.
And
most of those penalties were justified.
Yeah. Like penalties are just they mean a lack of discipline. And if you get
And the
penalized
Seahawks
that
are the
much,
most penalized team in the NFL.
Pete Carroll needs to rein his guys in.
He
He's
won't.
not- They could have costed that could have major implications losing to a shitty team like the Rams.
Mm-hmm. And they've done it on multiple times. They lost to Cincy where they had a shitload of times in the red zone. Their red zone offense is terrible. And like their defense is suspect as well.
I mean, they're still a wild card team. But
They
that was
are.
a
They'll
brutal
probably
loss.
sneak in seventh, but like with how weird their team is, with how bad Drew Lock is, like they're going to be a one and done if they're not careful.
All right. Continue.
And the I'm sorry. Go ahead. We'll do that. Beast of Metal. I keep trying to light a candle for the Steelers' former OC, but the Super Chat interface is being even crankier than usual. Also, he wasn't the only reason Deontay is being force-fed despite Pickens. And one more Beast of Metal. I'll get back to you, Kevin, too. An open letter to Art Rooney II. Please stop meddling in offensive play calling. No amount of spoon-fed incompletions to Deontay Johnson will make the AB trade less ugly. Signed, a pissed Steelers fan. They actually won that AB trade.
Yeah, they did. They did.
And Kevin Leva, Scooter's still going to find a way to say the Cowboys are better than the Eagles. Yeah, he did last week or 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. But he won't be as direct about it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Tucker White 94. What led to the Giants face planting just months after winning a playoff game? I thought they'd be mediocre or just outside, not bottoming out. 5. I'll let you answer this one.
A lot of injuries. The line has been decimated. Evan Neal hasn't developed. Glowinski was a horrible signing, so the offensive line was bad. Losing Saquon for 3-4 weeks, and then Jones being out just was the nail in the coffin. They've just underperformed as well. Defense got it together. They have a decent defense. Bobby Okereke and McFadden in the middle are good linebackers. And Thibodeau finally has come into his 10 sacks, you know. But just the offensive line was not put together in a way that was and Andrew Thomas was hurt. So, like, they haven't had any of the parts that they thought that they could count on. It's just like San Francisco without Trent Williams and Deebo Samuel. You miss big parts like that, and things fall apart pretty quickly. And now that Daniel Jones is out, and look, Jones is not a great quarterback, but he's a good quarterback. Like, well, at least gooder than Tommy DeVito.
I mean, he's a low end starter. I mean,
but you've seen But you've seen over the years, like when the Giants had Jake Fromm and fucking Mike Glennon, like, yeah, you miss Jones when he's not out there. So it's the Giants have been just disappointing to say the least. But injuries and a little bit of roster depth construction and Evan Neal not developing, and like I said, Andrew Thomas being out were big, and Glowinski being a turnstile. So, yeah. No more Nick Gates.
Yeah.
Yep.
White Run Guard. As a Lions fan, I felt like the game was a wake-up call. I'm still happy with the win and how we won. It's definitely different than the old Lions, for sure. Yep. I mean, they didn't blow it.
Old Lions would have lost by 3 touchdowns and given up at halftime. Yep.
And Matt Patricia would have been bitching at reporters or something.
Yep.
Black Toad, Lions IMO needed a win like that. They needed to prove to themselves that you can't give up in a game like that. Yeah, it was ugly, but it helped boost team morale. And it's a win.
My thing with Matt Patricia again, and lots of people have pointed this out, and I always pointed out, he had the pencil behind his ear. The play sheet is laminated.
Oh, muted growl. This is actually a good one too. They're literally 2 yards from being 5-6, and the false hope would be reigning supreme.
Yeah, they are 2 yards from being 5-6, but Dable made some bad decisions in crucial times. And you know what? Again, you had Tyrod Taylor as your quarterback against the Bills in that game. You know,
I think that said more about the Bills.
Yeah, the Bills bad.
Soupy Spirit. If the NFL actually bans the hip tackle, then how the hell does one even play defense anymore? I hate the NFL sometimes. Oh, they're only doing that for the injuries. That's why. And like that's why like all this bullshit, like I mean, body weight roughing the passer. That's why it's a thing now. It's defenders can't defend, and that's why I don't say it's good defense. I think it's sloppy offense, very sloppy offense in a lot of aspects, which is why things have gotten pretty ugly on the football front. I mean, some of these games are flat out unwatchable just because of how sloppy things are. 0-1 Seaton. Even though he threw 3 picks, Stroud, is it weird that the defense made this game make me feel more confident going forward? No. I mean, it is Arizona, but they held Arizona to what they needed to do. They clamped down on defense. They prevented them from gaining big yardage. Kyler Murray was mostly neutralized. And I think it's a sign of good confidence for Houston. What do you, 5, are you sitting there, Jack?
I don't have any thoughts on that. I'm letting you carry the show, you know.
Well, I mean, that's been pretty standard as of late.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Okay, Marshawn. Pirates fan blues, sweet victory, yeah. And it's all for the Steelers to get Super Bowl.
Or gone to Super Bowl.
Sean Albert, forget legacy of failure. The Chargers deserve to be the second subject matter for legacy of pain, with more blown leads than anyone since the merger. The holy roller rule. Never forget that.
How come nothing ever changes with that franchise? They will always just kind of be the shitty
Spanos family.
Like they are just
I don't know
so
if even the Spanos family would change it. It's just like this is punishment for leaving San Diego and then going to San Diego.
Like with the Chiefs, like they had some good years. You know, they had Alex Smith and they had some winning years, and they brought in Andy Reid, and you felt like this turnaround, right? And now they're the class of the league. But the Chargers, do you think there'll ever be a day where like, man, the Chargers 2 Super Bowls in 4 years, you know, like, man, do you think there'll ever be a day where we're jealous of the Chargers?
You never know. I mean, they're really doing a good job of Phillip Riversing Justin Herbert right now. So,
like, think about teams that have never been good in our entire adult lives. Like I'm in my mid 40s. You're in your mid to late 30s, right? Mid 30s.
Yeah.
Like, think of a team that's never been good your entire. Like the Jets have never been fucking
Jets.
Good.
Detroit,
yeah, but they're getting good finally.
Yeah,
right?
Cleveland's
been
terrible. Yeah. Cincy for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, now they got Joe Burrow. Okay, the Vikings
Buffalo was bad for a long time.
Yeah.
Miami was bad for a long time.
God, okay, Washington won a couple of Super Bowls, but it's like
Washington's been bad in my time.
But the Chargers, Oh, the Jags, I mean, they're okay now, but like, have the Jags ever been like good? They were a quarter away
They
from the
had
Super Bowl.
they had blip of the radars, but nothing
Yeah.
consistent.
The Dolphins have actually been bad. They were in one Super Bowl in 1985, you know, and
yeah,
then
like that's what I mean. Dolphins would be down there.
Gosh, I just think about that. Like, what? So me, like, you know, my conscious, like, starting to watch football at age 6, 7 years old for 40 years.
The Raiders have been bad for a long time too. I mean,
for 40 fucking years. That's 40 rolls of the dice, and the fucking Chargers have been terrible.
and
Terrible.
they've lost in like humiliating fashion.
Right.
And that Super Bowl was because the Steelers choked that game and they got blown the fuck out.
Yeah. Or no, the Super Bowl when they played the fucking Niners.
Yep, the 49ers, they got blown the fuck out.
Fucking yeah, they got they got teabagged repeatedly. Stan Humphries.
Oh, Atlanta's a really good one.
Yeah, but Atlanta at least got to a Super Bowl. They should have won a championship. Like Atlanta, by all means, if Kyle Shanahan and Dan Quinn hadn't become retarded during the game. I can't say that out loud, can I?
Well,
if they didn't.
People like different terms for it, but they know.
All right, am I canceled now?
Well, I mean, we've been canceled. We've been demonetized. I'm fine with that. I don't give a shit. You're fine saying that word.
All right,
you're fine saying
supers.
You're fine saying like that. The slow word, but I mean, can we say invalid? I don't know. Blazing Star 25. Do you guys think Rivera will be fired before the season ends? No, I think he'll be given like a benefit, and then
I think so. Yes, last week was limited. So that's how many weeks in a row of the yellow dot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 straight weeks, baby.
So we haven't had a monetized stream since mid-August. Or actually maybe late August. Maybe the whole football season we haven't had any. And you wonder why, and you're bitching about the algorithm and all that stuff and this channel not growing. That's why, dude. YouTube ain't gonna favor us. Are you fucking kidding me? It's so bad.
The greatest part is like I just don't fucking care.
Like, I don't give a shit either,
what are
dude.
We missing out on
this is a side channel.
Right. I know. Like I will say cocksucker bitch ass motherfucker to get this yellow dot because I don't fucking care. I don't really care. Who cares? Mm-hmm. It's a goal. I wear the yellow dot with it like a badge of honor. Fucking put that A on my chest. Fuck you. YouTube. If I want to say that nothing, never mind. I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to actually get canceled. All right, keep going.
Let's do it. Beastamel 1989. Speaking of people named Mike Sullivan, where's P.O. Joseph? I've seen him for 5 minutes since Carlson showed up. It's like his coach trusts Latangs remains more than a promising but still developing young offensive defenseman. I think he's injured. I think he hasn't played the last couple games for that reason. He was put on IR. So I think that's why you haven't seen P.O. Joseph. Tucker White 94, you're welcome for the reigning Bolitnikov winner. I won't hear any Jalen Hyatt slander from
Listen, the guy, I mean, he's amazing. He's 6'3", he's a big target. Why is he not getting the ball? It must be because he's not open, right? Like he's only a deep threat. He's a stud, don't get me wrong, but like that's why the ball goes to Slayton, because Slayton gets open. Okay, he scored a touchdown.
Until he gets injured.
Yeah.
Justin Ziegler. If the Saints lose Sunday, can we officially declare NFC South tank division? Also, was Giants Commanders a tank bowl? No, because the Giants were too mid.
Well, the Giants would have lost. They'd be in for the tank, but they just
muted. We keep super chats. It's just monetization for like ad revenue stuff. Like
that. we get our super chats. Don't get me wrong. You guys are the reason why we do this. Trust me.
And I'll say assemble the worst staff. Assemble the worst staff ever. Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
But I mean, we do it also because we're depraved bastards and we enjoy rambling in front of a TV. Like we do this for free. We don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. I mean, Five does it for money. I just do it because
I do it for the money so that I can take that money and hire male prostitutes. So
you would do that. I mean, Five does have a pretty nasty methamphetamine habit. So
I mean,
that's why he's able to keep a slim frame.
My thing is like I take the money and buy progressively larger butt plugs. So the more money that you give me,
my friends,
the bigger the butt plugs.
We've
I
noticed
can
that
afford.
poll. The Steelers are more likely to go to the Super Bowl. I'm ending the poll
Okay.
at 52%.
What?
We are going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl. Yes. 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 Thank you, chat. Oh, 51-48. We're
Smells
going
like
to the
a work.
Super Bowl.
Smells like a work.
At the last
Wow.
moment, mail-in votes at 4 a.m., baby. We're going to the Super Bowl.
I don't trust these results. Invalidate these results.
Ooh, Jared Oberfeld, Battle Royale and Hunger Games deaths for eliminations. Maybe. Jared Froman, NFC South has no good coaches, only shitty ones. And the sad part is the best one's probably Todd Bowles. AAA, the NFL flexed the freaking Panthers game against the Bucks to 4. Who wants to see that over the Texans-Broncos game playoff scenario? Oh, my God. Well, they're doing that because they want all the eyeballs on 49ers-Cowboys. The NFL is making like just a deliberate ploy there. Because they make more money with people watching Fox instead of Red Zone. And Justin Ziegler, Hunger Games or Willy Wonka because the movie's coming, tree for elimination and playoffs. I don't know. Maybe.
I watched Willy Wonka the other day. It's a good movie, but it's so bad. Like
it's just unnecessary.
Special effects wise.
Like why do we need like another Willy Wonka movie?
Oh yeah, the new one. No, I'm talking about the original. I mean, Gene Wilder is amazing.
Well, that was from that was from the early 70s, though.
I know.
You can't expect like
you look at
effects.
I watched this movie the other day from the 60s. I was like, everyone in this movie's dead. Wow.
Maybe a baby as like a side piece is still alive.
Are you
Tony
yawning during the show?
Yes, I am. You're putting me to sleep with your Willy Wonka comparisons.
I am.
You would do that. You're the rich kid with the PlayStation. Hey, Tree, does Canada firing count as an early or late birthday present? I'd say early. I mean, it's early Christmas for all of us.
Yes. What are you asking for Christmas now that you?
I'm asking for a trip to the Super Bowl. We're going Super Bowl. We're gonna bullshit our way to a Super Bowl.
Is it okay? Though I will say, is there anything you're gonna buy yourself for Christmas? Like, we're both bachelors now, like, and we don't have. No one buys me shit. Like, my parents aren't gonna buy me a present. Like, that would be laughable.
I mean, dude, honestly,
we have to buy ourselves a present.
Honestly, what I'll probably buy myself, I'll probably buy myself maybe a fleshlight so I can feel the insides of something for the first time in an age. Or maybe what I could do is probably just embrace that I'm going to be forever alone and just buy maybe like a subscription to some degenerate porn or something. I don't know.
Well, shouldn't you buy a Chris Letang body pillow like that? To me,
you would say Chris Letang body pillow.
I should send you a Chris Letang body pillow. Actually,
I don't know what that. Honestly, what I should give you is like an elite plunger. Either a super plunger or
what we should do?
Dragon dildo. You're getting a dragon dildo for Christmas. Congratulations.
We should do a Clickbait Sports white elephant.
Didn't we do that one time and most people didn't get their presents?
Did we try that?
I thought we did.
We should try it again. We should do it this week or something like that, and like buy each other a gift. We should draw straws, and then like if I get Brandon, I'll just send him like a Broncos dildo or something like that.
Oh, he would actually put that in his backstop.
He would.
I mean, honestly, if I get Scooter, I'm buying him Eagles memorabilia.
Like an Eagles mini helmet that he's got to put on his desk.
Or it's going to be like a picture of the Eagles beating the Cowboys in a playoff game.
Yes, there you go. Or you should frame that picture of Ezekiel Elliott getting hit by. That's it. Clickbait. Yeah, I bet you could get an autographed one of that. Hell yeah. That'd be so funny.
Maybe from the guy pancaking scene.
Yes, and the way that and the rules are we have to open the presents on air. Like you have to like you don't know what it is. Like you can't have it open prior and you have to open it on air and you just be like, "Oh shit. Fuck." I know what y'all would get. Y'all would get me some shit like
raffle off
Joe
the old
Judge
clickbait
sneaking.
costumes, maybe.
Mm.
That wouldn't be.
Ooh, I think
Ooh,
I've thrown
framed picture of EDP445. Oh
no! With him doing the fist bump.
No, either
Or
that
him
or
on the
him
helmet.
topless. Him wiping his ass with a towel.
Or him. Remember when he ran the 40 yards or whatever, fucking butt naked?
Maybe, I don't know.
EDP,
no.
for as funny and as much as we laughed at him, he was like he ended up being just a scourge.
Nah,
all right,
I think that's.
Let's do these last two games and then we'll read the remaining super chats. Vikings Broncos. Broncos pulled off.
They bring back the hopium. The hopium's real in Denver, baby.
Are they in football hell?
They're football hell. They're 5-5. They are football hell.
Somehow,
and the Vikings are still wild card.
How are the Vikings wild card?
They won 6 in a row. They won 5 in a row.
Josh Dobbs. All right. And now Eagles, Chiefs. Eagles are Super Bowl.
Yep. And
Chiefs are Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Chiefs. Okay. If you had to pick the ugliest girl at the dance or the hottest girl at the ugly dance, it's got to be the Chiefs or the Ravens. Those are the two best teams in the AFC. I'm sorry. Like, there's nobody else that has like, if you're a betting man, that you're going to put in the Super Bowl. To me, though, the Browns are like a sneaky call.
If they had Chubb.
Their defense is so good. Their defense is absurd. I'm saying.
I still say Steelers go Super Bowl because of bullshit.
No. You think you can beat the Chiefs in a game?
We can lose by 20, which is an improvement over the last time we played them when we lost by 30.
All right, let's read all these supers and get out of here.
Yep. Peter Frazee. I told people that Gino is an outlier year. He looks really good, and he goes back to trash. Also, Loco Rado Delon looks like you lost your team. Maybe don't saying we'll replace the whole O-line. Cry harder, wuss.
They were 1-11 last year. Okay, Deion's going to
it was disappointing. I think what happened was them going on that streak kind of tampered expectations. It was like a hired team. It was a mercenary team. They brought in a bunch of guys from the transfer portal. So we need to see what Deion does in recruiting.
They'll get some more. Who wouldn't want to play for Colorado,
Justin Silverman, would you rather the Steelers hire Byron Leftwich, John Gruden, or Josh McDaniels? I mean, knowing how he used to play for the Steelers, it's probably going to be Leftwich. He'll probably be an advisor, even though he wasn't good in 2022. And Zach Haynes, speaking of the hip drop tackle, I just came across an article stating that the NFL will move aggressively to ban the tackle during the combine in February. If this passes, do you think the league shifts in two-hand touch? I think at this point, they're probably going to just remove pads. They'll just play without just pads. They'll have jerseys and they'll just do flag.
It'll be like the lingerie football league,
and it's just it just becomes less fun. It's just oh great, it's stupid.
They should wear pads that expose their chest and their midriffs, and then shows off a little player booty.
They would do that.
Yep.
Tonester 869, you get the R pass approved. Congratulations. Thank you. We will have our R pass.
Thank you.
And Keyboard Jihadi, what changes do the Patriots need to make going forward into 2024?
Everything.
Yep. As a Patriots fan, I wasn't expecting the Patriots to be good, but damn 2-8. I mean, you're probably going to have to change everything.
That's a dope looking keyboard. Keyboard Jihadi. Oh, look at me. I've got a magazine in my keyboard.
He actually got a couple things. He's got a magazine, he's got a pistol holster, and he's got a
he's got a trigger. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Connor Sullivan, now when I hear TIE fighter noise, I think a tree. The tree fighter. I didn't think about it until I actually saw it, and I tried to edit. It's holy shit, this really is.
Oh, the German bit was really funny in the in sports ball. That was very funny. Your German was pretty good.
I actually got some help in translation this time, but at the same time, I mean,
by an actual German.
Yeah, by a guy who speaks. I hadn't taken German in 20 years, so
yeah.
I knew some of the pronunciations, but most of my phonetics, grammar, it's bad.
That was your foreign language in high school, was German?
Yep.
You would take German. Would take German.
Beast of Metal 1989. I took Spanish in college for a couple semesters. So I don't know much about it, but I know enough about
See,
pronunciation.
that's the thing with a foreign language. You learn it in high school. We should start in elementary school. Like everyone should learn fucking Spanish in elementary school so that we can go to fucking Miami and not be fucking act like we don't know where the fuck we are.
I assumed you guys were forever canceled. That's the only reason I feel comfortable talking about my porn habits whenever you make butt plug jokes. Anna Deville gets nice gapes when she pulls hers out. Oh, Jesus. I mean, you're a little too degenerate for us, brother, but I get it.
Gapes. Who watches gaping porn? I guess
You never, dude, it's the internet. There's a fetish for everything, dude.
Well, that's Rule 34, right?
No, not more than Rule 34. Dumb Gamers 22, Texans BS greater than Steeler BS. I mean, it's not really BS if you have a great quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, CJ Stroud.
Yep. Snaggy Falcons are QB and a coach away from contention.
That's a long way.
That's what I thought. Like they won the division. And Scooter Present idea: the 91 wildcard lost to the Lions.
That's a long. He wasn't even born then.
Well, they're gonna say like, "Oh, that was just the beginning of That was just the beginning."
Scooter technically wasn't even like consciously able to remember the Cowboys championships, so he just, he hasn't. That's another team that's been bad since we've been. Well, I mean, I guess I was like 17 or whatever when they won all those championships.
I actually know the one.
What's that?
2000. Giants beating the Cowboys in the divisional round 2008.
Oh, yes. Yes, that was a beauty. Yes, R.W. McCorders with the pick in the end zone on 4th and 10.
That's
Tony
the one.
Romo just tossed it on up there. Yep. He tossed it up on a silver platter. All right. We never placed Washington, which is in football hell.
I want to put them in trash.
Saints are either division.
They're division somehow.
The Patriots are tankable. The Colts are football hell. And the Falcons are football hell. Yes. All right. Download it, save it, crave it, slave it, mave it, gave it, rave it.
You would do that. Hey, what's up, Darian? No, Rams should not be in the Super Bowl. Suck my dick. You're 4-6.
Yeah. Fuck that. Yeah. Dude, Rams trash. All right, can we end the show?
Yeah, we should end it.
All right.
I mean, yeah, let's kill the show, boys.
Listen. I just want to address something real quick. Someone commented on the last show that I was like jealous of y'all and your success. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I root for my teammates. I am there.
You kind of are jealous, though.
I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous of Tom or Brandon. Like, I want them to succeed. They're fucking ballers now, and I've rooted for them. Go look at my Twitter. Go every time they hit a milestone, I retweet that shit. I root for my squad. So don't say that I have, mass jealousy or some shit. I love it when my teammates succeed, except for you. I fucking hate you, Trey. Like, I don't want you to succeed.
Of course, I hate you too.
Because you're just stupid, and like I don't even know why we do this show together.
You would do that. Well, you do that because you realize I'm carrying the show.
That's the other thing. Why. Like, and also I wouldn't be jealous of you. Like, what's there to be jealous of? I mean, come on.
I mean, that's fair. Let's be honest. No, would I be jealous of you? Not really, because you're still bald and you still have an ego the size of New York City. But what do I know?
No, it's not that big. It's like more like maybe Bayonne, New Jersey. But
fair.
No, I like teasing you because you're such a target. You just let me do it, and like you just let me get away with it. So
don't worry.
It's all love.
The kettle might boil over sometime. You gotta be careful.
We've been doing this for how long? Almost 6 years now, and I do actually really appreciate working with you. And yeah, you're a good friend, buddy.
Yep, thank you, sir.
Even though you're stupid.
Well, you are a bitch, so it is what it is. I mean, is this kayfabe or is this real? I don't know. You tell us.
I don't know.
But
what do you
think? Kids.
Wait. Okay, it's our last stream before Thanksgiving. What are you thankful for?
Well, I'm thankful for just family, cherishing everyone around, especially with Uche's passing in January. I've tried to embrace that more often. And honestly, I'm just thankful for, having health. Let's be honest about that. What about you,
Same
man?
here.
What do you think?
I'm thankful that I was able to, get through my divorce, which was a really tough year. It was just hard at times, but I'm better off. I met someone that I kind of dig, so I'm hoping that goes well. And I have great friends. I have a great support system that helped me through a really rough time. I'm thankful for my children and my family. And and I'm thankful for all of y'all, except for the 48%, 51% that think that the Steelers are going to the Super Bowl. Over.
You know what? Hey, I'll take it. We're all going Super Bowl. Let's be real. Let's go.
Happy
Super
Thanksgiving, guys. I don't know if we're
Yep.
going to do a charity stream tomorrow for Clickbait. I probably won't be available. I'm going to see my parents. So, but I love you all. And I'm thankful for you, Beast of Metal. You're fucking awesome, dude. You're fucking bro.
You're a degenerate, but you're our degenerate. We're all degenerates here, man.
You fit right in. You are the yellow to our yellow dot. That's what you are.
Exactly.
All right.
It's a very, if you left, there would be a very gaping hole.
There would be a gaping hole.
Let's end on that. Have a good night, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.